game was winnable without. So like,
Yeah, I'm not practiced enough on the combos in Malos. Like post, I have an idea, but I have to learn them, and like I'll be able to give more insight. Like I'll probably learn them tonight because I was doing them with my friend.
well,
But
this should be this, except instead of this dumping aggregator, it should be
yeah, Bow
bow
too.
with either Griffin or with Griffin, and then Griffin sets the other trap that they used earlier, so they have all three, and then so they have the floodgate with Griffin, then they have bow to pop.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other one we're gonna watch, where I think every game was, I think I remember this one he needed the full package, but here
Yeah. So yeah, that's
I think
fine.
Shadow Mist is live because
Shadow Mist is
I
wait.
don't
Yeah. Wait. Pause it. So
because
he doesn't. He dumps aggregator for it.
and then he never
So so what happened was it was like Chainlink 1 hero lives, they go Chainlink
yes
2, dumping
yes
to assuming they're setting Stratos, but then
yes so he knew
he
his
summons
aggregator,
Shadow
so he just
Mist.
doesn't
Like this is
activate
smart
it.
though.
Yeah, it's
This is
smart.
smart. Like that's fine.
I like
Like
it. And
that's that's
dumping Black Goat's
good.
pretty solid here. It'd be great, but it
I
sucks
think
because
it's a
he still
one of
has
though, right?
the
Yeah.
Black Goat.
It's also just a one of, yeah.
Some people might play 3. I don't remember. He posts his list at the end, but that gets eaten by the Drewsky. Yeah,
Yeah, that's I mean it traded well, but
it did. But if this was,
it's non yeah, it's like non
I don't think anyone's gonna do this
yeah,
board. I think the other board's just much better.
for sure.
But it is smart to just summon the mist, and because he knew he dumped the aggregator. So
Yeah, I mean either
I
way
like that.
that's a smart play
I like
regardless.
that.
So I'm curious where this goes. So I mean, let's see.
I remember this one. He needs the. I think the full package kills him, but I don't know if there was a way to do it without it.
That's what there's to figure out. That's what I want to see. Like I want to see how the interaction was used and like how we
Yeah,
would have played it. Okay. Yeah.
just to trigger the Shadow Mist. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out. This dude has 5 cards in hand. We know 2 of them, I think.
Pause it quick. I just want to look at the board state. It's like so we
know
have
that trap.
first pitch melee. We have a dusted gold. Get that. So he has non-targeting banish. You run through both the firewall interactions.
Yes.
So he has two non-targeting banishes. I think that he also used the GWC way too early. Like, there's no way they use it that early.
He went Stratos to pop. He was forced to, I think.
Okay. When Stratos to pop,
I think.
I missed that.
He had to have, right? No, he's added.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you
I'm
GWC here, right?
tripping.
Like, surely
I
not.
thought he went the punt. That's the only way he gets them out. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, there's no way that they do that. I feel like if I was playing against heroes, you're trying to always at least get a banish one out of their graveyard. Like, flip
Yeah.
DWC, banish, like, a Mali, banish your cards, set the MTP, right? Like, surely.
I think so.
But that was, like, not enough value there, I think.
Here he uses it to
That's good. I mean, that's good, Ash. Of course.
Ash trades with it, so it forces both the banishes. And now it's now this is where it's like, I don't think our package wins here. The small package, I don't think.
Okay, so let's think about what the line would be then. Like it would be a dusted gold. Oh, he already evil assaulted, right? That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. He used Evil Soul. He used Shadow Mist. He used all the resources already, like that we would use with the small package. So all he could do is Evil Assault for Dark Contact. We're playing just Dark Contact, and
that game though. I think that's no.
It
is game. No, it is game, isn't it? It gets boosted by a Devicer.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's game.
Yeah, Dark. Wait, no, wait. Doesn't this flip?
Right, isn't it?
Doesn't this flip the attack?
Oh, which one flip? Yeah, one of them flips.
What you'll see here,
yeah, I forgot about that.
He'll make Neos Lord here and take the big terrorist card,
and that's how he games it.
Yeah, he used Neos Lord's effect to win the game.
That wouldn't work though with the small package because Dark Contact can't use from the hand.
I want to read
Yeah.
this. Wait, why wouldn't that flip the? Oh, it doesn't flip the links. Yeah.
Yeah. They keep their attack.
Yeah.
So all he does is just summon the big fucker, even if this is imperm or Veiler. Because this keeps the attack and then that kills.
Yeah.
This was the one replay I can remember that it's like this was not winnable without the big package.
Yeah, with the big packages solely for the Dark Fusion.
Just for Dark Fusion. So it's almost like if you just play Dark Fusion, this was also winnable. There was no Rider, no Super Poly, no anything used here. But also the other context I think is kind of important for this replay is the fact that I don't think we even got this far against Malice.
I don't think we should have. I do not believe we should have gone this.
They could play it that way in TCG, of course, but I don't think that's the board they're ending on. If they end on the Floodgate and we don't see, the whole reason why they're ending on Griffin is because now it puts us on the position where we have to see an out to Griffin or literally we lose. Like every deck just loses if they don't see an out to Griffin.
Can you go to his deck list at the end as well?
Yeah.
I just want to see quick while you're talking. Yeah, so the Blackout was a one of, and like granted, like sure, I guess going second that's not bad, but like a lot of interaction was also baited out because like you drew a one of. I'm also just trying to think like what other non-engine would that or could that have been?
It wasn't Blackout. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure.
Like, and how much did it trade comparatively, right? Like,
there we go. I mean, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. I mean, I don't know.
Because for all intents and purposes, like that Blackout traded like, I guess the part of the terahertz, right?
It did, but like, let's say that so like that Blackout would have had to been. I guess it would be Nib in our list, maybe, because this would be. So
yeah, I think that Nib would have been. Nib would have probably been crazy.
Nib would have been good, but then if Nib, then would we have even needed the big package? I mean, that's
what I'm saying, right? Right?
Like, probably not, right?
Probably not, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, because if we limit them, what's our half board at that point? Like, if we're nibbing them after the splash mage, I'm assuming that they're gonna like. Oh, I'd have to think about it, but like, I guess it totally. He had a Druid Worm in hand, so maybe it's like dependent on
where he uses Druid, but like the way he played it, because I don't know. I just don't think that game should have been winnable.
It probably wasn't. I think that the two, like, there was definitely one misplay of that guy shouldn't have flipped GWC that early.
Mm-hmm.
And shotgunned a lot. He shotgunned a lot of stuff.
That's why I want to watch the other replay, the other video too.
Yep.
This hand's nice. But that's what I'm saying. When people use their hand traps like this, whether we play the big package or the small package does not matter because they're cutting off our limb before we're even able to get to the full package. So it doesn't matter. Like,
what was the first hand trap? Oh, it was Mole Charmy and he ashed it.
He used Charmy and he ashed it. Yep. And then here we can try normal summoning Stratos. We could also do the opposite way, where we go with Dusted first, but
with the small list, you'd have to go with Dusted first, no?
Yeah.
Because normal Stratos, you're not getting anywhere off of this.
Well, you still get to the same
no,
thing.
I lied. You get to Ferris and
Neos, because you just send, dump, and then
dump the mist, add the Ferris, and then or you can do this, I guess.
Yeah, he's probably gonna. It's the same thing. Summon that.
It's just you get the Ferris and you add Neos, basically, and then.
But look, like that's what another the concept I was talking about. Like if it was the big package here, like regardless of not, he's getting to 2 interruptions for the rest of the cards in his hand, and
2 cards left or 3 cards to start.
Yeah.
What does he end on? I want to see.
Should be, I actually am curious which way he's gonna go. He's gonna dump Necrom here. And then that's going to get to Poly in this way.
Okay, so pause quick. What are you ending on here?
Probably ending on, I should be ending on, I don't have a Discord for Aqua News. I should be ending on DPE favorite contact.
Right, that's what I'd be thinking.
Like 1,000% it's DPE favorite contact.
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah, I feel like that's more than enough for a 3 card start, but
should be. I mean, it should be.
Yeah, so let's do this. Yep.
But he's gonna end on something extra too. He's gonna end on super poly set as well, which might matter for the cards he has in hand. I don't know.
Yeah, if he had this is Aquaneos here. We're also ripping one
Yeah.
from the small package.
Well, no, because he added. How did he add the Dark Fusion back?
Oh, true.
He adds the Dark Fusion to the Infernal, the
Yeah.
Infernal Rider. So I don't think there's
Yeah,
a
so we
way
couldn't. Yeah, we couldn't.
to add one,
Nope.
which that would be awesome.
That would have been awesome. Yeah.
So it's DP. So it's everything except he's gonna also end on Super Poly set. We use a Dark Fusion as the fodder.
Okay. Well, now let's think about it. If we ended on just DPE, favorite contact, would we have been able to beat this?
Yeah, DP.
Are you already DPing here? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah,
He's tracked
always.
already, so that
Always.
trades well.
Ice
I'm just gonna
summon.
go this. Yeah.
Did we lose there?
This is the I think we lose here. This is the place where I honestly think we lose. Because
We don't
what
have
we're
Tailgate.
forced to go favorite contact for big dude, pop the 2, and well, dude, I don't know if we lose. Like,
Because what does he do? He summons Detonator.
no, he goes duo. I think they go duo, add node and cross, special node, summon back, detonate. They end on detonator or cross, I think. But like we've talked about before, that even if we end on detonator, while we have like big ass dudes, like we still win, right?
Well, Aggregator dumps this. We can't use another effect. They can't out both of these. So, like, let's say we don't Super Poly pitch anything. We still have the big guy. It's negated, but it's hard to. So we'd have the big guy still here.
Yep.
We wouldn't have the card in hand. We'd have Miracle Reset, which is why the second Wake Up would come up big time here. So they would do their this. We know what card this is, right? They added it. They had to have added it.
That card was
go
ice. That card was
ice,
ice they had in their hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So they'd have EXT Ice. They'd have to get to Node Cross. They end on Cross Detonator. They can't out this. 33. They can't out this. We just don't use another monster effect, and then they can't pop it.
The only thing they might do is they might make Exciton and like blow up your board and then just kind of recover on the following turn. Because they have ice in hand. They'll just do cross, shuffle, and well they would do Exciton first, and then they'll do the cross to shuffle the card, draw one, and then just kind of wait. Oh yeah, no, they can't go into
they go
Fiendsmith,
Fiendsmith, right? Oh no, they're locked. They're locked. They X'd already, right? My bad.
Yeah.
So they'll just blow up your board, and then they'll just like wait on your turn. So you'll at that point you'll have to have like your Miracle Fusion. What would you go like? Wake up.
Well, they killed it with Exciton. It wipes the board.
Yeah, they wipe the board. Wait, how many cards did he have? Go back. Doesn't that matter? Could they have gone Exciton?
Yeah, they always have.
They had less, right?
They'll have 0 cards.
Yeah, we're always gonna have more. I mean, we would have big dude, no super poly.
Well, the big dude would die because it's negated by Aggregator.
Yeah.
So they Exciton clear our board completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do a drive, get node, and the field spell, then do nose effect to make Exciton, blow up your board, blow up the board, and then activate cross.
Decks, right?
Yeah.
And then they draw.
So they're gonna draw one and then put us on top decks.
But they always draw an extra card per turn because of cross. Like they'll always draw an extra card, and they just need one card to get going. That game might have been losable, actually.
Well, then it was losable. Then
it would have been losable because they already had ice in hand. So the one card they had was ice. So the following turn they do ice, normal summon, and then boom, and they'll just go make and detonator and do their wombo combo stuff and win the game.
Dude, that's what's so scary about this deck too. The removal is like, dude, the fact that like DPE favorite contact there wouldn't have been enough is like, or
it's
at least they put us on top decks. Sucks. That sucks, man. Oh, that was into 2 or 3 cards in hand.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else they could. Without ice, it had to have been ice, I think.
Yeah, because they added ice off of Thode. They already had X in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a really good play. We played this like super well. Bait for Valor, and then you're getting her anyways, and then you activate Hero Lives. You just literally bait out interaction. This guy got destroyed.
He should, yeah, because he needs every card in his hand has to be a hand trap for him to win now.
This is a good example though of like the wombo combo, right? Like, of course they can always have the extender. You put them on having node there, but like the imperm on the duo drive, and then like
I don't disagree.
With the cleanup and bait is like crazy. That's textbook like the game plan, right?
Yep. Because then you link those two. Well, this one we didn't have because of the way we started. I need the big package here too.
Cause they're gonna do that. They'll with Fiendsmith, they'll definitely wait till Vion gets summoned
100%.
and cut your access to Poly.
100%.
So when I've been testing with this pack with this engine too, the Evil Hero I think is most effective when you're going second. Because they cut you off from Poly. It helps you make like when you get to Dark Contact and Dark Fusion, unless they have Nib, if they waste all their interruptions, you can easily OTK them.
Yep. I agree.
I wonder if we went Dark Contact.
That was always my thing that I liked about the big package. Was like less about going first and more just like get me to fusion monsters, let me threaten stuff.
So I beat Fiendsmith Rizo at the sneak preview just like off of my Evil Hero stuff. Just made Dark Knight Dread Decimator and just went boom 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 and just won the game. Like it helped a lot, just like not having to rely on Poly, the Evil Hero engine to beat that board if you get through the interruption.
Yeah, because we needed it probably here too, just because having that in the grave, yeah. That's just game.
Yep, and the burn.
I
and
love
then,
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sick.
That one you needed it too. That resolving is scary. Yeah. I figured that was scary.
Impulse do be a card. You start with normal summon Stratos?
Yep.
I didn't see. Cool.
Then you just
what was he going for here? So if he started with normal summon Stratos, what was he going for off of cross?
But you're right. What could he even grab there?
The only thing I can think of is like here's just baiting.
Yeah, he had to have been because I don't think maybe he could get to. I don't know.
Because you lose to a single bestial, right? Like on the next line.
Yeah, like normally you would, yeah, because you normal summon Stratos. We're also trying to avoid normal summoning Stratos. But yeah.
I mean in this scenario, right? In this hand.
Right.
That is one thing that feels bad about this is that I will say the small package, it almost feels like when you're faced with a hand of Stratos and Evil Assault, you don't want to start with Stratos. And then it ends up so that like Stratos almost feels like not very good or not very useful.
Well, because like what you do is you try to get to cross first. If they negate cross or whatever, you just normal summon Stratos and you can grab Ferris and you can grab Bios off of Infernal.
Yeah.
Does he Dark Contact to put it back? Pretty funny. Imperm the first one, EC probably for a second one. Yeah, I would probably always ash that too. So we have one more interruption. That's what's so scary about fucking Ryzio compared to Malice.
Oh, removal shits on Malice way harder.
Exactly.
And I really think that people that don't think that Dark Claw is good into Malice as well, like I actually think it's like really not that bad into Malice. You actually cut off a lot of their link climbing plays by having Dark Claw, and then once you force them to use all their names and you remove them, it's like they don't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
No, Dark Law's still the best board, still floodgate to make. Yeah, because if you have the full Dark Law DP favorite contact, if you know with how their sequencing operates, you should be able to stop them from making any link 3.
I feel that way about the small package too. It's like if you just get to Dark Law, if you can get to our old end board, you should win every game. The problem is just getting there. Like Like I think Darklaw cuts off pretty much most of the extension from Fiendsmith because they can't EXT. They can't ice summon. They can't. But like the problem is just getting there. Like it's fucking brutal. Like
Yep. How many times is the big package like? Sorry to interrupt. How many times is it like really like getting to like Darklaw or like getting to that point in the combo?
I feel like it's really hard for you to get back to this stuff because generally you're going for the big package stuff. Like once you can't get to Poly anymore, you're like, okay, I literally can't get to Poly. I'm gonna do this backup stuff instead. And like that means they can't get to Darklaw, which means they're pretty much only stuck playing removal, which wouldn't have been good into most of the matchups that we've seen so far. Because the negation from Dark Supremacy isn't good, and the Super Poly removal isn't that great either. This is just pretty much like we started with normal summon straps again, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's a Hero Lives. Okay, so we win this game with the should win this game with the small package too.
I really want to play more than one mass change though. Ugh.
I'm playing 3, but I just can't. I can't put them in the main.
Yeah, I want to main them, as you know.
Blake, are you thinking about playing double Darklaw then? If you're playing 3 mass chain?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Alright.
But I have the flex.
I also feel like when I've had a lot of scenarios where I use Darklaw to prevent hand traps, and then if you get nibbed, you kind of want to be able to sometimes get to the second one, like you can reset mass change or something.
Yeah,
that's true.
This guy should get destroyed. That trades pretty well.
Even if you don't have the trap, I feel like DPE plus the trap should be good enough to clear the rest.
Like you traded with engage.
Because they also don't get the draw because of Darklaw. Like I feel like we still win this game.
This is 10-5.
And they'll have one line of play, and they just get cleared by the trap, or they get cleared by DP, I guess.
So they had Thrust in hand and Prosperity. So we didn't have.
They have Thrust?
They had Thrust. The Darklaw hit Thrust off the effect.
Yeah. Oh, so they would still have Dart. Yeah, they still have Thrust after.
Yeah.
So.
Be Raigeki or something like that, or Duster.
Yeah, so the Thrust would most certainly likely trade with the DP.
The trap should clear. I mean, trap just clears though.
The trap clears though. Trap will clear. You either take Neos Lord off the synchro summon, or you make
the big guy.
Big guy, and you're good.
Yeah, I think this game, no matter what, I think because we never even used the super.
How does Senpai even clear like Neos Lord?
They can't.
You wait for them to make the synchro 7.
Yeah,
they can't because they synchro for samurai. So let's say, like for example, like the out might have been like samurai.
Yeah.
You just okay, bet.
All right, and then it's like great.
Let me take that samurai sword off your hands real quick, and you just win.
This will be cool because Fu lost resolved.
I'm saying even in that scenario, it's like they make samurai and then do what pass. Like
yeah, exactly. They just
win.
Yeah. But I do like with Neosword now, like favorite contact, if they force it back row hate on it, you have like interruption that they have to think about. So I've seen a simplified game states where they have to make a link to or synchro summon. It's like if they don't have much more gas, that one Neosword just takes it. It stops them from making their plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw something funny where I realized that the big package, like the Necron, makes a rank 4 as well.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
it's funny.
You have to play it kind of weird because it has to be the first dump instead of Mally.
Yeah,
it's like kind of awkward, but let's just negate them. Okay, you can still activate them. That makes sense. Griffin is you can't activate them.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I had that come up because I played against the Bow Malice thing, and like I couldn't even activate the prison to dump for Collis, and if I could have, I would have won.
Yeah, Griffin's a yikes. All the degenerate things are coming out of our fair decks again.
Yeah.
Smile.
It's posted is way worse.
Yep.
Yeah, they nib here. But you have Dark Knight.
Yeah, but you just float.
You had the Holly anyway. And so that's just game. We had other ways to force. We could have probably made Dread or something too. And we could have just killed it this way instead. We didn't go through one we didn't go through Wonder either. We kill like a billion different ways.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Got
even with the
like 10 times over.
I'm not. There was definitely some there that you needed the big package for, but I wonder if just based on those replays, like, it doesn't tell me too much.
The thing is, like with the small package though, like if you open up the not engine you need, you should be fine breaking with the small engine.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of
right? That's the hope.
like I feel like a lot of the times it's just like you just don't like obviously the obvious cons are opening, you know, like if we're playing this list, it's like I think it's easier to highlight them. Like this is just my biggest thing is oh my god, I picked the wrong deck. Of course I did. God damn it. Like my biggest thing is the fact that like while we're deck building, we're deciding that it's well, I guess maybe not this. We might play this anyway. Like these are the cards we're choosing to add instead of non-engine. Which like does increase the ceiling, but like just feels so bad to open more of these cards. Like
you'd be adding the trap too potentially, right?
Potentially. The trap too.
The trap too potentially.
Because he needed did he no he didn't need the trap in that replay. I don't think he needed the trap in any of the replays we watched.
Yeah. I was on the fence about it, but yeah.
Yeah, like I would cite it, I think.
Yeah.
Like obviously you bring when you go first because it could be really good, but like these are the cards that like we're deciding to add into our deck instead of more non-engine. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like I don't ever want to see these 5 cards in my opening hand. Probably maybe Necrom occasionally if I'm able to pair it well with Ferris, but like I don't know. That's just another thing to think of. Like that's something the content like these replays don't show, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was saying like that's the thing is like when you're playing because like you're going to YCS and that's like you have 9 rounds to go to the top cut. And it's like if you're prepping for a YCS, you need to make your deck as consistent as possible and not have situations where you break. Because you know, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, like you games are decided within 2 turns, and the 5 cards you have are the most important. So if you open up, say, like a Super Poly, Dark Fusion with like Ferris Mally and Miracle Fusion, or like maybe like
oh definitely we're just adding more bricks to our deck that's already playing a bunch of them. Yeah, I agree.
And you lose the die roll, you're not gonna beat any of these boards. Like you're not gonna win at all. So it's just like
true. There's a double-sided. There's 2 sides of that though, in my opinion. Like there's that side of it too, where you draw them, but when you don't draw them, like getting to make these cards like this card now has a higher ceiling automatically because these cards exist in our deck. But right, like you're saying, when you draw these cards instead of what could have been non-engine, it's like I don't know. I'm not sure because it's not like it's just 1 or 2 cards. It's like 5 cards.
5, and then like
I mean that's why I was really hard on like I don't know, man. Like I get that we want to like keep our odds good for like 50, but I feel like the only way that I'm ever looking at this at 5 bricks being added,
adding
we
10
are going
more
from
cards.
A 45 card deck to a 50 card deck, and every single card we just added was a brick.
Exactly.
I'm kind of like I'm trying to add 10 more to offset that. Like 10 more good
I think
cards,
so too.
Right? Like
yeah.
I had a high count. list. I had a 60 list too. I don't know where I put it.
That's a good point. If you add 5 cards, all of them are
And
just
they're all
engines. That don't
bricks.
make
That's
bricks.
kind of crazy. Yo, well, yeah. I'll stream mine as well.
That's ugly.
These replays were great to showcase the fact that I don't think we needed the. I don't think a single one of these we needed the big package for.
Yeah. The other question to ask was like in the event where when he went first, we saw that like if we ended on DPE trap, because that was a pretty telling replay. That's gonna happen a lot, right? Like that's Ryzio, man. Like that's gonna be the majority of our matches, I think. We thought sorry.
Also, like if you are you saying like what happens if you end on DPE favorite contact against
Yeah, we
most of these
determined that we
boards?
were gonna lose there potentially, right? Like we determined that if we played the small package, we didn't play the full one, there was a chance or a reasonable chance that we lost that game
I think so
because
too.
DPE favorite contact wasn't getting there. Because we said if they went Exciton Knight with follow up and they put us on top decks, that wouldn't have been good, right? But I was trying to think also if like was there any times in those replays where the bigger package could it have been like just a piece of non-engine in our hands? Like I can't think well enough or go back to the replay well enough. But if it was a piece of non-engine instead of maybe like a card that got to big package, were we winning that anyways? Like I just don't remember the replays enough, but something to consider too, right?
That's a good question.
Which one was it? It was Ryzio game 1, I think. I don't think he opened a single piece of I don't think he opened a single piece. No. See, his hand was full engine.
Okay, but he had an imperm, right? So and he had to pitch it because it was.
Which a lot of times you have to do. Like the only thing I can think of is the fact that like it's hard because math and 50 versus 44, 45. But he also does play 3 and 2, while at least I'm playing 3 and 1. So that extra card has to be something, right? So it was probably non-engine. I'm not sure in my list specifically. Like
go back to the hand. Sorry, I gotta remember.
His hand was Ash because this was his hand.
How did he play it? So it was.
Well, he had to Ash Fua.
We got Ash on Hero Lives. Yep. Hero Lives gets Ash. Sure.
And then the first thing you play gets the first thing he played gets they Ash your Hero Lives. Your normal Stratos. Stratos gets Imperm too, and then he's forced to pitch the Imperm.
So that does mean though I do think in this replay it was not possible without the big engine.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because
I think another point of like the big engine I will say is like when we have to pitch non-engine to keep playing, I kind of feel like we want it to like plus really hard.
There we go. That's
true,
right?
That's the thing. I was
because you have
it's nice to be able to play through it, but like and both determining our end board was potentially not enough, but also like if we have to like there was no matter what the build was, we had to pitch our non-engine there.
Yeah,
it feels very bad not to plus like insane hard off of that.
Yeah, so we needed the super poly as well interaction to be able to. It's true. It's true for this one.
Yeah.
I will ask both of you because I was in the same situation with my hand sometimes. Like if I play through interruption, especially if I play like the Ferris line and Evil Assault line, I have to like you're discarding a couple of cards. So are you in a situation you play through hand traps where you maybe only have like 1 or 0 cards in hand if you have to push through to make a board with through multiple hand traps?
Yeah, that happens a lot. That's happened, and that's been my problem with Super Poly as well. Is like we're watching these replays, and he was able to get to a way to, add Dark Fusion in his hand, so he had a discard. But I've also had games with playing the big package where, even though we pitched Imperm, we're not able to get that card back to our hand. That like we don't. The Super Poly isn't even live now. Which doesn't necessarily mean it's a con for the big package. We would have lost this game anyway. But I'm wondering.
I do think that it's going to be tough to think about. Like part of the combo is going to be sequencing to get a card back in hand, if at all possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sequencing is going to be important.
It's also like another just glaring thing to point out, which I mean we kind of talked about it already, but just want to make sure that that's put into place. This is very cherry picked data. This is picking the wins and not the games that he drew his super poly brick and his dark fusion brick, and we're not even seeing those games. And like if you it's just one of those things that like I'm not sure, because I know like I mean maybe you can say your experience, Omni, if like does that, like when you made your video, did you have a lot of those? Okay you had some of those where like yeah
the hand definitely does break more often with the bigger package.
yeah, which makes sense.
I mean,
you were playing 50 though, I think, right?
Yeah, but it's more often than not when you would see the Necrom or the Prisma in your starting hand, which
You're still playing more, right? Regardless. Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
we can.
I think that there is a world where we have to, at the end of the day, make the decision between like, what is the highest winning percentage play of the deck? Is it accepting that we are playing a deck with a bunch of bricks, but it gets us to a win, like in times that like we wouldn't otherwise? Or is it trying to, be able to play more low to the ground for a more consistent outcome? I don't know what that answer is.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like that's a lot of the discussion
Yeah.
to find out, to be
The
honest.
only thing in the value, if you play low to the ground, you have to have non-engine in hand
Yeah, I
in
agree.
this format. Because like if you don't open up like an extra Ash or Imperm or Nib, like
It's
I
just
feel
not
like
enough.
if you play against Rizo Fiendsmith, DPE favorite contact will not be enough to play through both stopping the DPE, stopping the Fiendsmith engine, and the favorite contact engine. Like with pure Rizel, yeah, you can. But deep like
Yep.
the Fiendsmith stuff, especially now, I think people are gonna play Fiendsmith more with Malice because they have a bow. It's just gonna be hard to like have only those two cards and push through their boards.
Because
Yep.
Ice summons EXT, EXT will grab Sword, and if we pop those two with the trap, they have Sword, Search, the EXT that we haven't summoned yet. Summon EXT, but they're still missing a body, right? Am I tripping?
It's Ice, Hex, Sword.
They do Ice to Toad.
Because Ice grabs EXT, right? Because
no, it
Yeah,
special summons a
special
fire
Hex.
monster. It specials of what was he? Ice special summons
she just summon any
Riser
Rizio.
Yeah.
I think they go so like that's what I'm trying to understand. Like why did he just happen to have a third name in hand?
So
He
he
had
had
tracked. He tracked.
He
opened 3 hand traps, engraver, theoretically, two Rizio monsters. It's pretty damn good. I'm not saying like the fact that we can win that's great, but that is also like a god hand, which it definitely can happen, but
yeah,
because they play
like,
5 copies of Fiendsmith.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if it was a Fiendsmith, it would have been. Oh yeah.
now, if that was all Rizel hands, if that was all Rizel, then yeah, the favorite contact.
He saw
and
he saw the perfect combination. He saw 3 hand traps, 2, which great that this hand was able to, like, because he played the big package, and I don't think this guy uses hand traps that bad, did he? Ashing a Hero Lives is kind of weird, but I don't think it matters here.
I think the Ash on Hero Lives is incredible.
It might matter, but it might not. But regardless, and just to answer your question, we're currently very, very, very heavy hand trap, which is why the low to the ground. But the problem that we were just talking about is the fact that the low to the ground in this game in particular, the low to the ground approach wouldn't have won without the super poly. Now, would we have gotten God handed, and would we have won this game maybe 9 times out of 10? Maybe. I don't know. My experience was I was getting God handed every game at locals. Literally, this was my experience every game. I had the trap DPE set up. I had literally this is my exact thing, except I didn't have super poly, so I lost.
Quick question: like, wouldn't it have been ice into X add sword, pop sword special? Does I gotta read sword? What does sword add? I was gonna say, does that add node? It doesn't add node, does it?
No, it has another one.
No,
though.
it's the thunder, right? It adds the. Oh, like pyro. Yeah, not thunder.
Yeah, so they can't get to it that way. So like, if just one of those cards, I guess it's just one of those things. If they draw another Ryziel name, it doesn't matter because they summon them all, unless it's ice. If they open ice, they still win there. So if they open engraver or ice, so 3 engraver, 2 tracked, or an ice as well, they can also probably win that game. But it's also not guaranteed win,
cards?
right?
That's 7 cards, right? Is that what we're saying?
No, it would still be 6. So like instead of engraver, I'm trying to think what it could be like for them to open the combination to God Hand us. It had to be what she had was he had. We're gonna say either tracked or engraver, which is the first because that's our. We have to answer this, or else they just get too much. They get too much going. Then they had to open ice specifically, and then their other answer would have to either be another ice because EXT because so like if we summon here, then like because we can only kill one more body if like it wasn't engraver or tracked. If they opened ice instead of engraver, they could still put the other body and still do the same thing. But even when they do that, we're still going into top deck mode. They're definitely favored, but it's not they're more poised to win, but I wouldn't say it's completely over.
Ice.
This game because of the way he opened, he had to have super poly because this every extender grabs another one. They could have done EXT or sword, I think.
It's the worst part about this deck. It's like literally like every extender grabs the next one.
It's so annoying, and dealing with aggregator too is such a pain in the ass because they can just take one negate off the summon.
Well, especially because the aggregator here like makes it so that if they do the play that you're talking about. Also, I wanted to check something. This is just what I wanted to see. Did I have the right thing? Yeah, I do. Where's the format spreadsheet? I'm very curious. I just wanted to know if Pure plays it. Obviously Fiendsmith does. But I really wanted to find a Pure Ryziel list. Oh my god, Dynamorphia won this fucking regional? Wait, what the?
Dude.
Yeah.
How many people were at this regional?
Oh my god, there's a Grand Horde of Heaven in this deck.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. It doesn't matter.
Wait, oh my god, wait, what the heck was that? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say like, wait, what regional was that?
A remote regional.
It's a remote, yeah. That's so funny.
Is there a... Oh, here it is. I wanted to know if Pure plays Exciton. Yeah, this guy.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Okay.
I'm nearly positive that's standard.
Also, not the best winning condition, but a Ryziel player could just be a bot, and he could just go make summon detonator because that's what he's trained to do. But yeah, no, that's definitely a good. This was definitely a good game to watch for if they God Hand us.
We still beat God Hand.
We could beat God Hand if we play the big package with Super Poly.
That's kind of cool. I will say that much.
That is nice to know whether or not how often that comes up because again, our hand was also I don't know how often, you know what I'm saying? How often this comes up against this. I wonder if I don't know. It's very, very interesting. That's all the ones for that one.
Yeah, let's watch this.
Watch this one and then I'll be going to bed before 10 my time because it's about to be 10 degrees here tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
And and it's in Louisiana. I live in Louisiana, so that is not normal.
It's absolutely freezing where I am. In Toronto's biting winds. Oh man, A-bow in this deck. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of skip this. I mean, it's kind of like he's just gonna set on my
You already
gun.
know, yeah.
This guy's playing as a Mino. Jesus Christ.
I played this deck last year. I got a regional invite off this deck. It was so much fun.
Okay, so but he has so many negates that we have cards in hand. I'm so interested how we win this.
So hey, this
This is a mass change, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That was a good trade.
They have to negate here.
Oh, called by.
Oh,
later.
God.
Yeah, you're trading insane there.
Yeah. Wait.
Why did they do that there?
Yeah, because... Wait, no.
Wait, why does the... Oh, you didn't get it.
You just hold the... Oh, that's how he loses.
No, that's bad. Yeah, that was bad.
I mean, hell, to be honest, that is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, without a doubt, it is.
Without a doubt, they're not going to read increase. Yeah, this is game, because he doesn't have anything left, right? Because even though you have this...
That, right?
But you should be able to clear this. We haven't used our normal summon yet. So we just grab Vion, and this should be game with big ARP small package, right? Oh, wait. A bow pops this. Denier summons. Yeah, we should have never won this game. Because the bow could have just popped increase. Yeah. So you can pop any card, right? On targeting.
Yeah.
Okay. So we still get the Vion, normal Vion. And this should be game. Because we could just... If we don't dump this... there's no shot we can't go for the Sunrise Wake up or
Wingman.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't attack this here.
How do you deal with that?
You just pop Nightmare Pain.
With Sunrise, right? We can still do that?
Or you have to make Wingman and pop, but you have to be very careful what you pop.
Yeah. I think we still win it. I think this game we still win this. I mean, obviously the big package is gonna like completely like blow it open. But I feel like we could still win this. But also, this game should have been over already. And this is just like Omega game. There's no cards in hand. What was this set? Is that the Sinful Spoil? That's the Sinful Spoils.
Yeah, Deception. You make Wingman here. You pop Nightmare Pain.
And like just anything except for like this, right? Like,
Trap and the Throne, yeah.
This is like Omega game. I like it. And you steal the guy.
The big dude was game already, right? Oh no, wait.
Might have been able to make...
We'd have to make another monster on top of it.
I think we could have made...
So the issue they would have here is like if they hit Desiree. Let me see.
Yeah. If they killed that, I mean, if we kill the wrong things here, we lose.
I'm trying.
Oh, that one's kind of difficult because I don't think we should have won that game.
No.
Oh my god.
This deck is nice.
Super well played though. That last game was actually like skill diff though.
Yeah.
It was.
You got diffed hard. It was sick. Definitely got outplayed.
We don't have that card yet, right?
Which one? They do have that one out for Suda. You know which one? Is it the they have they have Elliot as Amina.
We don't have that one
done. That's not it. That's Alliance.
I was gonna say that's Alliance Inside. Okay.
So they're playing against like the full power.
This deck gets so much better when we get Alliance Insight. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about big dicking it, but we'll see.
It's already fun post Suda.
Yeah, I heard some good things about post-Suda with this deck.
It's good, but like the Alliance Inside what blows it out the water. Like it
Yeah, I
makes
think
it
so
like
too.
it's like a top contending deck. The only thing now what helps is with the new support is that you can get to your
Plus,
simple
it's
spoil
fat.
cards. Yeah. Yep.
So that's a synchro version of the fusion module they just gave us, because the other one does the same thing. The fusion module does the same thing.
Yeah, but you make this one easier and just do the
Oh
same
yeah, for
shit.
sure.
And it's quick effect.
So this is using talent, which is really interesting to. He gets like
Good trade.
yeah,
Skill
He didn't
gap.
negate.
he gets absolutely fucked.
He didn't negate.
I wonder how often that's gonna. I wonder how often that's gonna come up for Orlando.
It will come up a lot. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
real with you.
You gotta
That
put him
ain't
on
just
it,
don't.
dude.
People just don't
Skill
know that.
gap.
Yeah,
You gotta do the mind tricks.
yeah. I'm just used to that. I'm so local pilled that like I forgot. I haven't been to a regional in like a year and a half. So like I haven't like played against someone who like doesn't know what my stuff does. It's kind of
You have a way better chance of the YCS.
100%.
Yeah.
You will have a way
I think
better
that
chance.
this deck is way better at YCS than locals, funny enough.
Yeah. When I went to Vegas, people were still nibbing me at end of main
That
phase.
was
I was willing to
crazy.
get
That's hilarious.
This is just he hasn't done this yet.
Oh, he hasn't. Book of Moon.
It books all her stuff, huh?
But it don't matter for a fusion deck.
Real.
We saw Vion, yeah. This guy should die like a billion times over.
Can't do shit.
I wonder why we take that. Because it doesn't like I actually just have no idea. I haven't
I don't know what it is.
I haven't read any of these cards yet to know what does
Don't.
yet.
The only one you got to worry about is the LZAT one, but everything else.
Yeah. Because like this deck's way different after that support. Like it's so much better.
Yeah, the only thing that changes now for the deck post Suda is they can end on the same board they had before,
Ooh,
but
go
now
beer.
they end on the Azimina negate. That's about it.
This guy dies like a billion times over.
Yeah, it's overkill. It's
Like
overkill. It's
a
GG's.
billion times over. So I don't know. It's hard for me to tell if we needed the big package or not for this game because like it's like I don't even know what these cards do.
I'm just surprised he didn't use the Simple Spoil Synchro.
Dude, Call by is nice.
Koba is very nice. Very good card.
But I think I remember asking the question. It's at 2 because he's playing OCG format.
This hand ain't that bad.
Oh, his hand's so good.
This is where like he should get to every
You get to everything with this hand.
thing. Yeah. Make
Even with,
Rider.
yeah. Crap. And then gets 3 cards in hand. Ooh. Ooh. This hand was interesting because like at least the way I would have played it, I would have left should have been able to leave an attribute on field. Because you need an attribute later. Diffuse away for sunrise. Oh, yeah, he's playing lab. Which is fine, because even if he does that, he still gets full comboed. Because you can go for the sunrise, and then you reset the miracle twice, and then you fusion destiny to get to Dark Law.
Now in this deck, if he just ended on DPE favorite contact, he should be beating the fuck out of
Which,
library.
yes, because it's lab, right.
Lab, yeah.
But that's the thing. He also didn't like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we have to play that the big package to have a chance to play against the Rise Gold deck. Like lab, we should. I mean, yeah, it's his last card in hand, and then we have favorite contact fusion destiny, so he lost. I don't think that mattered, but this should be good.
Is this sim like pretty populated for those that play it? I've never used it.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think this is how they're gonna play this at all. I don't think this guy played this.
Making Desiree? No, they're making Caesar. If they don't know who
Yeah.
you're playing, they're making
sure.
Caesar off rip. So they will get nibbed right here so hard.
Yep.
Before we even cross hit the field, I'm nibbing
He
right
also has
here.
well, he also this is also pre-suit. I remember watching this earlier. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. After watching all this, I think we got like one good answer, but I still don't think I'm any closer to figuring it out.
Yeah, I know, right?
I feel like because like it's like I don't know if we're doing. That's a good point. OCG might not have Necroquip, so they couldn't do that line. That's actually a good point.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm still not any closer, man.
Dude, the comment big pack and big dick at Orlando. That sends me.
Dude, you know me.
Yeah.
Walking around with a big package. I might be walking around with a little. I might be walking around with a little package, to be honest. You know me. More accurate.
The call by.
Dude, call by is like. You know how like everyone's like, I want call by back to more than one. We should just show them these. This card should not be back and forth. This card has been so gross. You know, like
Yeah,
all the replays we've watched.
It's been disgusting. Like pretty nasty.
I want to know though. I want to know. I wish I could see the discography of like all the replays. Like I want to see all of it. I want to see because a lot of this is just cherry picked pros instead of us getting some of the games with the cons.
Yeah, I don't know how you'd figure this out, but like I said, I think the discussion comes down to what is the higher odds, like play for the deck.
Yeah,
Is it
I agree.
It's that we are a bricky deck and play to like super sealing, like this is what the deck needs to win more games than not, or is it like trim the fat, little less power, more consistency? I don't know, man. Like this is a very hard question to ask or answer. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, and the best part is there's a lot of times there's like other people who can like tell you the answer. We're the people with the answer. Yeah, but the higher package looks fucking awesome. Like this looks so fucking fun. I just know I'm gonna be super excited to play my fucking 60 card deck. I'm gonna open like this. They're gonna have 2 hand traps, and then I'm gonna pass. But it's like neither work. Like whether it's the big package or the small package, neither of them work for that. Like, it's the same result regardless. So I don't know. I still don't know the answer.
No, you just don't. You have to open Fiendsmith Tract, search does it go, discard malicious, and you win.
I wish.
Yep, real.
If we could play like 100 cards, I think Track would probably be in the deck for more consistency. We might have enough. We actually, because of eCall and Tracked and Adusted, we actually might have enough starters to make the math, quote unquote, still work for 100. Because we have so many cards.
That's true. There's a search.
I do think that's one strength of the hero deck. I think that the hero deck has a lot of cards that literally like can just be other cards.
Yeah.
Like they're just, especially with the Dusted Gold, like they future proof the hell out of that card.
I mean, that's just kind of, but that's kind of the cons though too. Is like, it's also hard now for us to decide. It's a good problem to have. Not gonna lie to you, the fact that we even get the option to maybe like, it can't be bad to have the option to play the full package.
I just think that like it facilitates the deck, whether I don't know, again, big package, small package, whatever.
What line was this?
I think that it facilitates for this archetype. It facilitates a 60 card deck better than many other archetypes. Simply just
100%.
because so many
I would agree.
cards get to the same like it's the same like another card.
This is where the Maxi came in, but I remember it. The small package won this game too. Oh, it didn't because he played Dust or Regeki.
Just a Regeki.
Yeah, I feel this is one of the few replays that you actually needed the big package.
You needed the trap, yeah, because he opened one hand trap, 2 breakers. Yep. I mean, that's pretty much. Those are the 2 that I was going through. Oh, I still don't know, man. I still don't know. I don't know. What if you play the big package, I play the small package, and we just see who does better. And we just see who does better.
Out the wall. We just have a 1v1. What's this 1v1 at the YCS?
We'll just see who goes further. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's not a great metric, but like I don't know how else you could, because like I had a few people like a few people like in that Facebook group, they were like, yeah, like you have to like the big package was the only reason why I won, and then like other people were saying like I won this by playing your small list. Like it's like that doesn't fucking help me. I wish everyone would have been like, yeah, this list sucks, so I could have just been like, okay, then just play the big package. But like
in all honesty, where I'm at right now is that I'm like I played a few locals with the small package with the sneaks, and I've been testing that more than I have the big package. Enough to the point where like I should probably play the big package to know the lines better anyways. So I'm very confident in like exactly how I'm sequencing and what I'm doing with the small package that I think from here on out I'm probably just going to be testing the big package so that by the time we're like have to submit deck lists, I'm going to just have to make a decision and I should be comfortable with both.
Yeah, I don't have that much time to keep playing the big package. I'll probably just like I'll have a 60 card list ready. I'll have a 50 card list ready with the big package, and then I'll have this list that I've been testing with the like fuck ton of non-engine. Cause like I don't know, man. Like the big package that was great, but like I think if we play against anyone who's like competent, like I just feel like especially a lot of those replays were not post Suda, like. Twins of the Eclipse is a bitch. Like we can't out it with engine. Like, I don't see how we can out that shit with engine. I feel like Detonator just trades with all our cards.
Something that I was thinking about, and this could be big or small package. I think it does it a little bit better with the big package just because Dark Fusion says can't be targeted. But I think that maybe with deck building we should be. I know we talked about this a little bit already, but just to reiterate, again, maybe thinking of Evil Assault. Of course, this requires us to open another play, but I mean, this is what we need. Evil Assault needs to be treated as a board breaker.
Yeah, right.
Because it needs to like force the detonator to come back so our other breaker sticks, or vice versa.
Yes. But have you been watching the DB? Like, I've been watching the DB replays. It looks like now people are starting to summon Druis in defense. So, like, EA works as a breaker, but A Hero Lives doesn't anymore, and we'd have to play Bane. Because, like, everyone's summoning.
Does Bane do
it? Well, Bane will at least force something.
If they end on duo, yeah, it does. I was gonna say if they end on duo drive with the attack reduction, does it still do it? But it does.
Yeah. Wait. No.
I know.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
duo is gonna reduce the attack. We're gonna be at 29, so they're 31. So the Regeki doesn't do anything. It'll clear the duo. We swing and they just protect.
Because people are playing Druis for people are playing Druis for the detonator, which means a lot of people are summoning detonator defense so that they can't crash their Druis.
I mean, at that point, then the big package would go Neos Lord and target the take, right, and do the same thing.
Yeah, we'd be forced to go Evil Assault for that. Yeah, Evil Assault for the go that summon the summon Necrom, Banish Necrom, summon the Rider, and then try to Dark Fusion there to try to force. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's so difficult without like playing hundreds of games of like deciding which is better. I think.
I do think a pro for the big package as well, at least from what I noticed, is like, and I think it's evident in these replays, and I know we should all be assuming like, oh, the other person knows, where to use their interruptions correctly and whatnot, but there's a part of me that thinks that this deck is like, it is simply not going to be able to win like that all the time, and if it could, it would be one of the best decks.
Sure.
That's why the best decks are the best decks.
Yeah.
So like, there's a part of me that thinks that whatever gives me more outplay, and if like those cards are gonna make people do things and when they shouldn't be, I know that you shouldn't play to that one condition, but it's almost kind of real, right? Like we saw in the replays as well, like people just will interact incorrectly, right?
What do you? I mean, what else? What's the alternative? Is like really the main thing. It's like if it's more worth it to see, like the only pros at that point would just be the fact that like I feel more in control with the smaller package. Like I feel like I have more access to non-engine that I want. That I feel like I just feel like, especially with playing like the more hand traps than breakers, I just feel more in control. Where like it feels like if we're going with with the big package, you're gonna draw mostly a good bit of just engine, and then your non-engine is gonna be kind of diluted, I assume, which is just nature of playing 60.
I think that you can balance it with the ratios though now.
Yeah, you can, but it depends on because like not every non-engine's equal the same, right? Like certain like we need to see Lancia Lancia Nib or Fua against Malice, for example, but the other 6 non-engine just don't do anything.
I think you have to abandon that when you play 60 though. You have to be thinking in terms of like how many answers and what pairs do you have, right? Like we were talking about it before, like, okay, like let's say obviously like Lancia is the best example of this right now. We want to see Lancia versus Malice. But if we are siding in, like, let's say our post side is Lancia, Nib, Nyalis, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the new Charming. Yeah.
New one. Lancia, Nib, that one, and Fua. I feel like if we see any one of those, it causes them to end on a half board or nothing at all.
For sure,
which means 12, we are in a winning position.
Yeah,
like I know it's nice to silver bullet, like it's nice to like be like, oh, I did the card and I win the game. But like I don't think that, like, I'm not saying that it's not good to play lower count. Like obviously, like there is clear pros and cons to all of this. I'm just 100%. Saying that if you did take, or in my approach to playing like a bigger card deck, like we have to be thinking of like how many answers versus like specific answers. And like obviously the quality might not be the same, but I would argue, like again in the Malice example, in the case of our deck, causing them, like I think I think similarly together we talked about this a lot. Our single goal is to end them on half boards because we should be able to break through half boards. I firmly believe this deck should be able to do that.
Yeah, it should be able to, as long as we like sequence correctly, because we could like just be the nature of our cards. So, like, it's kind of that's what Ryzel's aiming to do as well. Is they're aiming to end on half. They're aiming to have their opponent end on half boards because like their EXT out's a detonator. So it's like
they have the archetype card that is the board breaker as well.
Yeah, which so do we, but it just takes a lot of us
fair.
takes a lot to get going with it. Like I don't know. Like I said, there's definitely some pros to the big package that it took a little bit longer to kind of like see. So I'm excited to like. I actually don't know if we're gonna have. I don't know if I'm gonna have the answer. I don't know about you. I don't know if I'm gonna have the answer because it's next weekend. So it's like.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm gonna aim to play like a shit ton this week. Unfortunately, where I live, there's locals like every single day, so I'm just gonna like demon grind this week and.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know how that goes because
yeah,
I don't.
It'll
have
be
that
anecdotal, right?
It's how it always. I mean,
still,
that's what I'm saying. We don't have. Well, with Hero, you never have the empirical data to look at tops to be able to deck build. We are the people who have to come up with the ideas to be able to try to top. There's not a lot of data for this deck. It's just how the deck works. We have to come up with it. We have to come up like there's nobody out there that's topping consistently with the deck, so we can be like, okay, here's this idea. We have to come up with it, and that's what we're trying to do, and it's fucking hard.
What was I gonna mention? I do think though, like, and I'm neither here nor there. Like, I do believe in like, I get my like security just from like, if I'm reaching numbers that are like, at the end of the day, it's all arbitrary, just to like help you come to a decision. But for me, I just try and use numbers to make the best decision I can. I'm like confident that the deck, like I'm confident that the deck can be built at 40, or maybe not at 40. At 45, probably. 40
you can't. You literally can't. Like I got it down to 40. You can do 12 non-engine at like 42, 43, but then like you're not hitting the non-engine numbers that you want. So like you can do it. It's just not hitting the non-engine numbers that you want is just it just you feel you're less in control.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say that I think that it can be built in either way. I think that the card quality, I think we're lucky that card quality doesn't typically suffer this time around. And I think that it's a unique scenario where I think that it's a unique scenario right now where card quality isn't suffering as much simply because most of the time one's never doing it. They're always ending on detonator through like it feels like through infinite hand.
Right. That's how
there's
that
so
works,
many
right?
extenders.
Well, that's because we're not playing the removal hand trap. Well, we will be, but like basically what the other decks are doing is they're using Nib there's not many removal hand traps. A lot of them are negation hand traps, so they're using Nib as their way to remove. Problem is post Suda, depending on how you hand trap them, you have to keep them off of being able to make the double, like being able to dump twins, because then your Nib doesn't trade with like the twins of the Eclipse. So that's something that's like, I think even for other decks, the die roll is going to matter more for them as well, because the mirror used to be very nice because you could hand trap them, you could Nib, like you had a lot of answers to removing their bodies, but now it's like you don't have that answer because Twins of the Eclipse just brings it right back. So I think that mirror is going to get a lot worse too. So I wonder what their solution is going to be, right? Like I'm curious because we might be one step behind. We might be looking at how to beat them currently, but I just guess that giant cat and mouse game that it's too, because the majority of your players are going to be playing what is doing well right now. And the person that's going to win the YCS is doing the thing that's going to win like next week or the couple weeks, like what everyone's going to be on like the couple weeks later. But yeah, I'm glad at least we got like some good ideas to look at. I have one locals before before we leave, so I'm also probably gonna play the big package. I'm gonna try to get a list together that I don't hate, just to give it at least a shot to play in paper, because I haven't played it in paper yet. I haven't had the chance to play it in paper yet, because I mean the cards just came out, so I'm gonna give it one shot. See, I don't know.
Hey Blake, Drewsky, I have a regional coming up in my area this Sunday, so I'll put the big package and let y'all know what came out of it.
That
Or
works.
if you have a deck list y'all want me to share, I'll just play it for my regional, because my regional pretty the Portland area is pretty competitive, so our regional is mostly meta. So it was mostly gonna go like 8 rounds, so I can give you a good idea how I perform with like the bigger package this Sunday.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
That'd be phenomenal. I'd say the single biggest thing that I think would probably help, but it feels like to me would probably help, is we like collectively as a community to like hard brainstorm like a non-engine lineup that pairs like well. Like I don't know. It could be all hand traps. It could be all board breakers. My mind space I think is like at a mix of both. Like a hand trap to limit some part of the board. Like for example, like if we can put them on only detonator, and then an imperm. Like obviously this is a very like simplified example, but like the thing that me and Blake have been struggling with the most is finding the right, in either version, is finding the right like non-engine lineup, because like to see pairs.
The issue is like I've been thinking doing this with board breakers. It just sucks that if they know you have heroes, or I had to say when I was playing Yubel, it's like they'll just make Dweller, and if you don't have droplets, you're fucked. So
if you're
like
playing breakers, right? Yeah, because you can't let them play, because if they play post side, because especially post side, they're gonna know, or post game 1, they're gonna know you're on hero exactly. Like that's the problem I had at last Nats too. Post side, they were searching D barrier, so it's always just something like you have to find, but you have to try to find the best answer for it. And like last time, it was like nib. Like you nib them whenever they go for that line, because that line's greedy. But then you still have to draw a breaker to beat the rest of them. And it's kind of the same thing now. It's like
We have to draw pairs.
I mean, yeah.
Because I think I'll say for non-engine, but I don't know because because like with me, you Bell, I played 45, but I was able to play like 18 hand traps.
Right.
The hand traps I had was like Ghost Ogre Nib, Imperm, and Ash, and the Swallows. And like I like, again, even with this new format, if you had Ghost Ogre and Nib against like Rizal Fiendsmith, or like Rizal, you can remove the dual drive. You do Ghost Ogre under dual drive. If they do Eclipse, it didn't really matter because it's like they wasted the dual drive effect, and now they have to commit to making detonator. But before that happens, you can just nib them before they get to detonator. But I don't know with heroes. It's like you have played so much engine. There's an amount of like non-engine you can play before your hand starts breaking. Right, so that's the issue. Because I've been struggling with the same thing. Like I want to play more non-engine, but I'm like, damn, if I play more, my hands be looking hella bricky.
It gets better though. So like post suited now, the fact that like we don't have to have a specific discard. I mean, we lose to like certain like we still lose to like because sometimes we need a discard, not having enough cards to be able to do everything we want to do. But like now, at least you can open a hand of like Stratos or Vion plus like 4 non-engine and not be a brick. Like where before it like kind of was. Like the evil hero cards kind of let you do that at least. Like it gets better because you don't have to see specific discards. You're able to like skew the numbers a little bit better. That like when you hit that like 92% threshold opening a starter, it feels a lot better now than it did before because they're like actually legitimate like 1 cards. And before you had to like open like Stratos plus a hero monster, which always meant you have to play like less non-engine. So it got a little bit better because like now I'm fitting like 14, 15 and still seeing the starter numbers that I like. But like the problem is that when we go to like the higher card count, just continuing to find that balance while keeping like good pairs is gonna be like the main difference. Because like if you open Ash Valor or Ash Imper, they still end on detonator with pops. like through Ash Imperm. So it's just finding the right number, and it's like really difficult to find that exact number.
Yeah,
I
you
think
really
that
needed it when I was playing.
Go
When
ahead.
I was playing this format, it was like I needed like a big removal. Like if I had like I need like nib plus imperm or nib plus ash. Like nib plus another hand trap will like cook. But if you don't have any like that big removal hand trap, like you said, it was really hard to play through. It's gonna be harder now. Cause like pre-eclipse, if you had
Yeah, it's
ash
better.
imperm, it still was fine.
Yep.
Cause just
Yep.
ash dual
Yep.
drive.
And then hold
And
the
then you
That's
just
the
imperm.
whole point, right? You just hold imperm for the deck. Like you add your duo, you imperm, but now that doesn't work post. Like that's the problem is post Suda. Like one of the pairs I still like that you're talking about is I was watching the DB Grinders video that I sent you, and he said, I mean, he was saying that imperm nib still works against that deck. So like nib seems to be like one of the best ways that we can try to pair some of the lower impact hand traps. Because even against Fiendsmith Ryziel, you just let them, they summon duo, then you go nib, then you imperm the Caesar, and they get cooked there. But
yeah, it's I also had the reluctance thing of like I don't like nibbing hero because the hero live, but I think post season we have evil assault, it might not be bad to play nib.
you just summon the token and
Yeah.
attack in case. Like
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I just go like I'll crash.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
just crash
I
if I
gotta do what
need
you
to.
gotta do.
If it's like there's two things that could happen there. They're either gonna leave the Nibiru, then you have a 3K body that can threaten their board, or more likely than not, they're gonna clear it anyway because it's a 3K body that can clear their board. So more likely than not, they're going to commit reach because not only do we did we use nibs like get rid of bodies, they're also going to commit more of their resources just to remove the nib because it could potentially just attack over one of their things. And if we need to, we can always crash into the like you always give them the token and attack, like always, just in case. Because like what, there's no reason not to. We have so many. It's not like we need to attack over it. Like we have so many forms of removal that like that never comes up. But I definitely think we play nib. Like nib seems to be one of the best ways to like be able to kind of try to pair certain things. Like nib seems to be pretty good. I'm liking Ash Imperm. Droplet's kind of weird. It's good, but like we already pitched so many cards from our hand right now.
Yeah, it
I think if we go to 60, I think Thrust is a have to because we won't see.
You have to. There's no choice.
We won't see Fusion Destiny enough. Like the only thing that skews that math a little bit better in my like to my liking of going to 60 is playing Thrust.
You have to.
I think it's the only thing that makes the deck possible. To be honest, like
yeah,
I don't think it's possible.
I think so
You got
too.
the main deck
But then Thrust doesn't pair super well with like a lot of the other like it pairs well with like Imperm, I guess, but it doesn't pair well with Ash. And that's kind of that's been my problem. Well, that's been our problem when we're trying to figure out non-engine. Thrust it makes so much sense to play Thrust. It can grab Fusion Destiny. It can grab as Talus. It can grab as Evil Soul. It can grab us all these cards. Going first, you can set Favorite Contact, and all that's great. But then whenever you're forced with the pair of like Fua Thrust, that doesn't do it. Or like Ash Thrust, it doesn't do it. Thrust is hard because it pairs well with breakers that forces it, like Imperm or Book or something like that, but it doesn't pair well with others. And that's like the awkward thing that there's definitely gonna be the best possible non-engine for us to play, but that doesn't mean there's gonna be guaranteed like we're still gonna get unlucky sometimes. I mean it is what it is. We can do the best. We can't let it completely sacrifice like the fact of not playing Thrust because it doesn't pair well. I think like you just have to play it. Like I think in a lower count list, I'm considering not because of that reason, because I have to be more selective on it. Like I was saying, like I have this list with 11 hand traps, 3 of them being Imperm, and then 3 Droplet with like a very concise package. That is what I'm like leaning towards kind of because I'm looking at a lot of other like people's early lists for decks like Crystron. Crystron plays a very similar non-engine count to that we do, and they're choosing those 12 hand traps plus Droplet.
Plus a breaker.
Yeah, that seems to be, and like, because same thing, Talents doesn't do it. Like, Talents doesn't pair well with the hand trap because it doesn't out the detonator. So like that's why Droplet, it seems like it has to be Droplet, even though it feels really bad sometimes because of the amount of cards that we pitch. But like that seems to be the main problem, like you're saying. Like, I don't know if maybe we could just play if we play 60, right? We have to be playing 20 something non-engine, right? Like even with the big package.
I would say like
You're 18.
it's
15.
like I want to say it's between like 17 to 19.
Yeah.
Because we have to keep 17, 19, but so that means we have to go up to 19 starters then, right? Because we add in.
You have to do. I believe it's 19 starters.
Okay.
So you'd play like everything. You'd play triple Shrash, triple Ferris, triple Destiny Bolt, Fusion Destiny, Hero Lives, EA, and a Flash.
Yeah. Just max out everything.
And a Rhoda if you'd like as well. That's how that would look.
I mean, that's the only two. Like, I think the only deck, which is the most popular deck, that we would do it, that we would need to play the big package for.
Your mic cut out, by the way.
Oh, okay. It seems to be the reason to play 60 would be Ryziel, where Malice is more like the removal's good there. We just need to set up a half board, and then non-engine as well can just like take care of the rest if we need to. It's just the problem of the fact that when we start playing through hand traps, we have to start using more cards in our hand, which is why against Ryziel it feels worse, which makes sense because Evil Assault needing a discard is like that's why like because we use so many cards in our hand, and like it makes it so that like we can't sometimes we're not able to, through the two hand traps, set up our half board plus have a piece of non-engine. It's just not possible. But when we don't have that extra card in hand, then Super Poly is dead too, and that's what I've been experiencing a lot. Like setting up that half board, but then not having like the Super Poly or the Super Poly actually even being live. So I had to use Dark Fusion to be able to get to that, to be able to get to the. I guess what we'd start doing is we would just.
Dark Fusion. That I had was like, do we maybe have to play the Bubble Man to like?
I think the same thing. Play Bubble Man to get the cards we need.
Like, we get
no, because Infernal just adds the Dark Fusion back, and we just keep it in hand. So we go like. Maybe I'm just dumb because like you go Dark Fusion, you fuse the Doom Prison and the Rider, summon the Backlash. Backlash will add back Dark Fusion. So, but then you
won't get the Dark Supremacy though. The issue will be if you don't already open up Evil Assault.
We're not playing it though.
Yeah,
but then how do we get to? No, but then how do we get to Neos Lord to be able to fuse into the because like. I assume we play the double Neos Lord because like we have to.
Watch that one replay again. Yeah, we do. We absolutely have.
You mean like
you have to play the double Neos Lord because we're not getting to favorite. The whole point to play the new stuff is if we get stopped a lot and we can't get to favorite contact, we can still fuse into something. So you make the first Neos Lord, then you have Super Poly set to summon another Neos Lord. So you use that as your forms of removal.
I think that. I think that is not always guaranteed depending on our hand. I think it's likely, but I think that is not always guaranteed.
Because it looks like, I guess that's another thing we should probably just point out in some of these replays, that he's able to get as far as getting the trap card. Because the trap card is how he's making Super Poly live instead of using the second Neos Lord in two of the replays compared to the other one. Because if they stop you from getting to the trap card, then you're not able, because then you have to use Dark Fusion to fuse into the first Neos Lord. You don't have the extra card to Super Poly for another Neos Lord, which then you could just play just Dark Fusion in the small package deck and just make a Neos Lord anyway through interruption by just getting to a dusted and and then infernal devicer to grab Neos. So it's almost like one.
It just feels bad. Like as we talked about,
it does.
It feels bad to like. Okay, so we play Dark Fusion, but then there's gonna be times where like we can't fuse from hand, and like we want the Dark Contact, and like shuffling back Mally, and then you find yourself in this weird predicament where you're like, well, what do I do? Play both? I might as well play everything if I'm gonna play both.
Yeah, because there was that one OCG list that I was playing both.
Yeah, which I understand why, because like again, there's gonna be times where like we want to go like, yeah, I'll add whatever Dumb Shadow Mist, add the Adusted Gold off of it, and like, oh, we don't have enough. I don't know. Sometimes I've had people for whatever reason they pop the dead end prison, and I don't have like cards on board or enough to fuse with, and I wish I had the Dark Contact to put up the Darkest Night and swing, but you're gonna have scenarios like that where it's just weird. It's super weird.
It's nice to have them all. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, but I think it's my bedtime. This was
good.
This was definitely beneficial, and I think I got some good information out to think about what I want to do. I'll try the big package list, and we'll see how that goes. But
yeah,
I just want to make sure like I feel bad if like I don't. It's just gonna suck if I make the wrong decision. But I mean, there's nothing.
I don't think you can focus on that though. We can't focus on that, man. All you can do is like make the most informed, educated decision you can. And at the end of the day, it's like you could have, conversely, you can make the quote unquote right decision.
And still open brick.
You can still lose. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like all we can do is we're playing a game of semantics where you just make the best decision you can and send it.
And hope for the best. That's all you can do.
Yep.
Well, all right.
Really
appreciate people for also listening.
Yeah.
I hope y'all got something good out of it too.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, got y'all.
I know I'm like new in this Discord, but it's like super cool having a big community of folks to spitball with and brainstorm collectively because more people is better than few
just
people.
Us. I know.
Yeah.
That's where I would get some ideas from here too, like just talking to people here too. It's definitely always extremely helpful.
Yeah, for a deck like this, we definitely need like.
I came right at the end, Sag.
Yeah, there's a text to speech bot.
That's
It said it just make you shit your pants, but yeah, there is a text to speech bot. All right, yeah, I'm about to fall asleep, so we'll talk again, and we'll figure stuff out. We'll figure something out.
So.
All right, later, y'all. Bye, everyone.